Hello everyone and welcome to round one of the Slide Job Syndicate 360 Sprint Car Series here in 2026. This season is presented by Leadfoot Racing Entertainment, and this is the Gator Sprint Classic 30 here at Volusia Speedway Park. I believe we have 25 or 26 drivers signed in for competition, so we'll have 4 heat races this evening. Top 4 will advance out of each of the heat races, and I believe everyone but one car will advance to tonight's A main. Should be 30 laps of distance. Right now they are doing the drivers meeting for this evening. They have 2-minute drivers meeting, and then they go out for 3 minutes then. So once the timer reaches 3 minutes remaining, they can go out for qualifying. They'll set their 2 best laps. There is points on the board for the top 10 in qualifying. It goes 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and so on. So the top 10 in top 10 in qualifying get points. So it's basically just the same system as like NASCAR uses for stage racing. We'll have a 4-car invert in the heat races. So the fastest qualifier will start 4th in heat 1 and so on. So basically 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th in qualifying will start on the pole of their heat races this evening. And then whoever isn't in the top 4 of that heat race, as I spoke earlier, will take part in the consolation race. 10 laps distance, everyone but the last car will qualify. So we just need 24 cars to start tonight's main event. So now drivers have made their way onto the speedway. Andrew Ray still waiting to go out, and now he'll make his way out onto the world's fastest half mile, as so they say at least, even though it is a 4/10 of a mile if you actually measure it. He takes the green flag for the opening lap of the season here in the Slide Job Syndicate 360 Sprint Car Series presented by Leadfoot Racing Entertainment. Kevin Goodall fastest currently at 13.482. Andrew Ray goes 8th quickest on lap 1. That's about 2/10 off the pace. Kevin Goodall will be the fast qualifier to this point. Now Colton Brewer is now top of the charts, the 77. We've seen him in competition with Reigel Promotions Esports in the past. So now we watch one of the newest drivers this year, running full-time in the 360 sprint cars with Reigel Promotions Esports, is the 2 of Parker Anus. See what he has here on lap 1. 13.514. So now Aiden Stoll is your fast qualifier. He was also fastest in practice earlier this evening. Parker will go 13th quickest to this point. It's now Tayton Sander, a former winner in the 305 Sprint Car Series with Reigel Promotions. He goes 4th quickest in car 42. Driver that's always fashionably late to take time in qualifying. And that is Jimbo Rooney in the 27. He is always known for going out last in qualifying. And now 2-time 305 Sprint Car Series champion Rooney is. He goes 7th quickest on lap number 1. What will he have here on lap 2? A little bit faster, puts him 4th quickest, about 800ths off the pace of Aiden Stoll. So now Ethan goes 2nd quickest in the 14. That'll be it for all his laps. Looks like everyone has completed all their laps to this point in qualifying for this evening. So again, now we'll advance into the 4 heat races on tap. Here is your results for qualifying. Aiden Stoll and Ethan in 2nd, John Klimowitz 3rd, 4th Zachary Good, 5th Jimbo Rooney, 6th Brewer, 7th Sander, Milwayne 8th, 9th Goodall, and Joseph Groom. So those are your 10 drivers that have scored points to begin the season. Is once again top 10 in qualifying. Score points 10, 9, 8, and so on. So now I'll bring up the grid for RPES Gaming Heat Race number 1. John Klimowitz III will start on pole in car 69, alongside with the 29 of Kevin Goodall. Third, two-time and defending 305 Sprint Car Series champion Jimbo Rooney. Aiden Stoll will start 4th in the 072. Michael Tennyson, I think that's how you pronounce it, starts 5th in car 10. To his outside will be the 22 of Jeff Ivan. And then going from tail of the field will be the 15 of Mason Martin. Okay, in the chat they said Foley, so it's Ethan Foley is his name. Okay, thank you. That is much appreciated. I hope I actually pronounced the way you spelled that out in the chat. I am not the greatest when it comes to names. But once again, this heat race is 8 laps of distance and is presented by RPES Gaming. Top 4 will move on to tonight's A main here at Volusia Speedway Park. And also, as I spoke earlier, top 4 were inverted for this. So your fast qualifier of Aiden there says 072, but he has a 27 paint scheme out there. Shout out to Troy Wagaman. But 2 drivers that we've seen race in the past with Regal Promotions Esports in the top 2, and they will see them again on Wednesday night when we fire up here at Volusia. A great field here of 26 drivers for round 1 of the Slide Job Syndicate 360 Sprint Car Series. As we get ready to fire them off here in RPES Gaming Heat Race number 1. John Klimowitz III in 69 leads us to the green flag.
Green's out, green flag, green flag.
John Klimowitz gets the whole shot. He will lead down the back straightaway here at the world's fastest half mile. Jimmy Rooney quickly up to the 2nd spot in car 27. And the other imposter 27 of Aiden Stoll runs in 3rd after setting fast time tonight. Still trying to slide out there. He will take the 2nd spot away, and he does. Wasn't sure if Rooney was going to get back by him, but he took the spot away, closed the door in a heartbeat. He will now set his sights on the 69, and he does that. Makes quick work of Klimowitz, and he takes the lead. Klimowitz is going to try to come back at him. I believe 27 is going to have just enough momentum on the outside, and he does. Legalins.com Hefner Enterprise number 27 to the point. As we get a bit of a lag spike there. John Klimowitz is the 3rd, now runs in the 2nd spot after starting on the pole. Jimmy Rooney now negated back to the 3rd spot where he started. He will now try to take that, move himself up into a better starting spot in tonight's A main. Klimowitz, they both make contact. Rooney goes flying down the back straightaway, and another car is going to be invited. I believe that was Michael Tennyson there in the 10 that made contact with him. Oh no, I was mistaken. Let's see, who else was that made? Maybe Jeff. It was Jeff Ivan. Jeff Ivan was the other car that struck him on the back straightaway. We're definitely going to have to watch the onboard of that one. So we're going to go onboard with the 22. He tried to miss him there, but just not enough time. Just nails the 27. So we'll try to get a far chase here as we just see the complete carnage that was the 27 car after that. They just slight contact there and just ends up putting on the backstretch wall. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've hit that wall without anyone's help. So if you get any help at all, then that's just But as you can see, it almost looked like there's a little bit of net code there, perhaps, and yet they don't touch entirely. I mean, they might have been able to touch anyway. I just think it's kind of tight racing. He gave him space, but I do not believe they don't have mirrors either, so that's another part of it. They don't exactly know where they're at, other than using the relative. Nonetheless, Jimbo Rooney struck with some bad luck here on opening night. Definitely one of the biggest flips you're going to see, even on iRacing, to be honest with you. But lucky for Aiden Stoll in 27, he is out front and clear sailing so far. Starting that 4th spot did not hurt him in the slightest. He made quick work of Rooney and 𝐒𝐥𝐢𝐝𝐞, and he's been out front and sailing away from the field ever since then. But it's Stoll, 𝐒𝐥𝐢𝐝𝐞, Goodall, and Tennyson in your current transfer spots. And the only other car on the track at this moment is the 15 of Mason Martin there in the Yeti Kohlers machine. Rooney does make it back out after, I'm assuming he definitely had to tow his car back to the pits. I would imagine he would not be able to drive it back. And looks like Jeff Ivan also going to make it back out as well. So all 7 cars will be back out there on the track when we get back racing. Lights are out in the pace truck, so we're coming back to it right here. Aiden Stoll will fire in the restart zone, and away we go. Aiden Stoll out to a pretty big advantage here off of turn 2. 𝐒𝐥𝐢𝐝𝐞 has a little smaller of an advantage over Goodall, but Goodall now has a good line there through 3 and 4. Able to suck right back up to 𝐒𝐥𝐢𝐝𝐞. As we're now on the final lap of heat race number 1, presented by RPES Gaming. But Stoll takes the win over 𝐒𝐥𝐢𝐝𝐞. As I think we had some, a scoring issue there, perhaps, as now it looks like it may have fixed itself, maybe not. Something there happened with iRacing there. I'm not sure exactly what happened on their end, but either way, Aiden Stoll was the heat race winner for Heat 1. And there is the correct results. For some reason, my end, it was all messed up. But Aiden Stoll with the win there. John 𝐒𝐥𝐢𝐝𝐞 in second. Third, Kevin Goodall. Fourth, Michael Tennyson. Those are your transfer cars. Then Rooney, Martin, and Ivan will go to the B main. Now look at the grid here for heat race number 2, which is brought to you by the series presenting sponsor, Leadfoot Racing Entertainment. Isaac Bowman, another one of our Regal Promotions regulars, on the pole of this one, alongside the 2025 RPES Driver of the Year, Joseph Groom. Colton Brewer, always very fast. Anytime you can see him in a 360, he starts 3rd in 77. Ethan Foley will be in the 14, starting 4th. You're your 2nd fastest qualifier tonight. 83 of Greg Robinson goes from 5th. 6th, the 2 of Andrew Ray. And that is all she wrote for the lineup in heat race number 2. 6 cars, 8 laps. Don't forget, tomorrow night we'll be live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern with the kickoff show for the 2026 calendar year for Regal Promotions Esports. About 5 drivers on board for interviews, and we'll kind of just preview what we have in store with the over 80 races that we have planned for the rest of the year. And we'll start with those races on Wednesday when we're at Volusia with the RPES Winter Nationals presented by Slide Job Syndicate. It'll be round 1 of 7 on the year for the 360 sprint cars. As we should be coming to the green flag here on Leadfoot Racing Entertainment, heat race number 2. Isaac Bowman once again gets a great start, just as we saw 𝐒𝐥𝐢𝐝𝐞 get in heat race number 1. As Brewer able to go quickly from third to second. Groom going to look back right at him here in car 11 here in 3 and 4. Slides up. He will take the second spot away. So it's Groom, then Brewer for your second and third spot. He comes right back at it. Foley looking to follow suit. Not able to do so. Groom slots right back in behind him. Will he try to slide job and move? He sort of slides up, but he gives room to Brewer up top. But Groom now in the second spot. Foley does follow him suit. So 11, 14, 77. That is the way the numbers fall for second through fourth. Isaac Bowman, meanwhile, is going up front in front of this 3-car battle. 3 wide there out of turn 4. But now Foley goes to second. Groom drives right back around Brewer. So Brewer having a heck of a time trying to get back up here. As we have a couple cars glitch out there for a second. Foley still in the second spot. Groom holding that car high side and Hansen there in 11. This is what we saw him do in the UMP modifieds a few weeks ago. As Robinson was coming outside, I'm not sure what happened there, but Brewer flipped upside down and he is out for the count there in car 77. Try to see if we can get a better look at that one. He just holds his line on the bottom here. Yeah, Robinson's coming with a whole head of steam. I don't think Brewer ever knew he was there, and that's what kind of resulted in that one. I mean, Robinson kind of gets pinched out. You could say maybe he shouldn't have put his nose there, but at the same time, I think it's just two people fighting for the same piece of real estate, and they didn't really know where one another was at that time. Just one of the natures of racing without mirrors. You don't really know where one another is on the track, other than trying to listen for it. And they didn't really know the 83 was there because the 83 had not really shown their hand yet at that point. Isaac Bowman, very impressive here. I know he started on the pole, but hasn't really had any challenges to face to this point. We spoke about a few of the races that are coming up this week. We also had the Greg Biffle tribute race on Thursday night, which will be for the NASCAR trucks. Be 107 laps in tribute to that, so we'll race 116 miles. Actually I meant 160 miles is what I meant to say. And next Sunday, we'll obviously have right back here for the slide job syndicate 360 Sprint Car Series. We'll be at Lernerville next week for the Cliffhanger Clash. And right after that, we'll do the opening round of the Pro 4 trucks. I believe the lights are out on the pace truck. We'll come back to it this time. Bowman fires, and away we go. Ethan Foley, great run there through 1 and 2, able to clear himself finally from that battle that he's been part of since pretty much lap 1. So now he sets his sights on the race leader, Isaac Bowman, see if he can chase him down here in the closing laps. We're now on the last lap, see if he can throw a haymaker here in 3 and 4. He will not, as Isaac Bowman goes down low to block, and he will hold on. Isaac Bowman takes the win over Ethan Foley. Joseph Groom finishes third, and Greg Robinson at 83 finishes in the fourth and final transfer spot. So that means Colton Brewer and Andrew Ray will have to go through the B main. All right, now your lineup 4, heat race number 3, presented by Side Bite Sim. On the pole will be the 85 of Jamie Gardner. I do believe that he finished second in points last time around to the guy that actually starts on his outside. That's the 72 of Chase Townstead. Then Tate Sander in car 42, the 2025 Regal Cup 305 winner. Starts third. Fourth, John 𝐒𝐞𝐫𝐢𝐴𝐻 Jr. We saw the third earlier tonight. And Ryan Goodall in 55 will start fifth. Sixth, Cole Katz in the 07. And that is your lineup 4, heat race number 3, presented by Side Bite Sim. Jamie Gardner fires, and away we go here in heat race number 3. It's got 8 laps of distance, top 4. We'll move on to tonight's A main. Jamie Gardner come around here and lead lap 1. Sander continues to look to the inside there of Gardner off the corner, and he will now go for a full send slide job in 1 and 2, and he will clear him. Tate Sander takes the point for just a second, as now Gardner's going to come back right at him. Chase there in the 72, lurking in the shadows. He may look to make this a 3-car battle for the race lead. Sander once again slides back up, nearly taps the wall off of turn 2. Keeps his foot in it. Gardner, though, will take the lead back. Halfway home in this one, 4 in. 4 to go. Sander with yet another slide job. He tries to stop it up in front of him. Does slow Gardner's momentum a little bit, but Gardner's going to come right back at him here in 3 and 4. Let's continue. Deja vu. Every single lap, they just keep going back and forth between one another. Is Gardner now going to throw another slider? I believe that was the closest Sander has been able to keep it from going. This is probably the closest he's been to be able to keep the lead. See if he can here off of 1 and 2. He may have a shot at holding it this time. Gardner was not close enough to make the slide job maneuver. Sander will finally lead a lap. So now we're in the last lap. Gardner gets stuck there in the bottom. He loses second now. So he'll fall back to third. Tate and Sander are going to take the win here in heat race number 3 by Side Bite Sim. Townsend there in the 2nd spot, Gardner 3rd, and John 𝐒𝐞𝐫𝐢𝐴𝐻 Jr. finishes in the 4th spot. Ryan Goodall and Cole Katz will have to go through the B main in just a few moments. So now we'll go into our 4th and final heat race of the evening. Here is the way they will go. Greg Deason, 26, will go from pole alongside number 30 of Josh Slater. Ethan Milway in 37 will go from 3rd. 4th, the 118 of Zachary Good. Then 5th, the 02 of Parker Annis. Then 6th, the 4 of Dylan Brandon. And that is the full lineup for heat race number 4, which is brought to you by Bloodline Sim Sports. Bloodline Sim Sports is the also the qualifying sponsor for Regal Promotions Esports, and they also are basically just John 𝐒𝐞𝐫𝐢𝐴𝐻 Jr. and John 𝐒𝐞𝐫𝐢𝐻 III. That is the name of their race team. Also just received word from Matt Hinkle. We will be doing 2 minutes for the warm-up session here in just a little bit. Greg Deiste, though, in the 26 will lead us the way. A lot of these drivers, they've been firing pretty early, but I mean, the start zone's there, so you can go whenever you feel like it. Milwayne slots up into the second spot here early from his third starting spot. We've seen that happen quite a bit. That outside lane, you don't really want to start second, it seems like. Milwayne, though, showing a lot of speed there in the 37. Brand new paint scheme for that driver. We've always seen a lot of bright green out of him. As all the drivers kind of blink out there for a second. Milwayne getting ever closer there in car 37. If the 26 had a mirror, he'd be having a face full of the 37 as he slides off the corner there. Tries to look to the inside. He may think about a slide job. He does not. He does show his hand there early. Greg Deiste comes off turn 4 in the lead here at the halfway point. 4 laps left here in heat race number 4. Milwayne seems like he can get so close, but just not able to make the move. About as close as he can get right here. Still 2 laps left in this one. He's trying to get as close as he can to make slight contact there with the 26. 26 gonna, I almost would call that a bump and run maybe. I don't think that was intentional, obviously, but Greg Deiste might not think that. So he's going to try to get back up in the wheel and see if he can get back to the 37. White flag is out here in the final heat race of the night. He has a close call there, nearly got him there in 1 and 2. Milwayne able to pull away though, just too much momentum on the top side. The track is ultra fast right now. Ethan Milwayne will take the win here in heat race number 4 by Bloodline Sim Sports. Greg Deiste finishes second, third, Josh Slater. Parker finishes 4th, Dylan 5th, and then Zachary in the 6th position. So I was waiting to make sure everyone was going to grid there. But here is your lineup for your B main this evening. Jimbo Rooney will go from the pole in 27. 77 to Colton Brewer will go from second. Third to 55 of Ryan Goodall. Fourth, Dylan Brandon. 15 of Mason Martin goes fifth. Sixth, the 2 of Andrew Ray. Cole Katz in the 07 will go from 7th, 8th, Zachary Good, and then 9th, the 22 of Jeff Ivan. I do believe that the top 8 out of these 9 cars will advance to tonight's A main. As we took the top 4 out of each of the 4 heat races, that got us to 16, and 8 will get us to the 24 number. So this will be 10 laps, top 8 advance to tonight's Gator Sprint Classic. Obviously, some very fast drivers here, just got some bad luck that are in this B main. See Colton Brewer, definitely no slouch when it comes to racing sprint cars. Jimbo Rooney's been up front many times in this same exact league. You finished your 3rd or 4th in points in Season 1 for Slide Job Syndicate. Most of the season was dominated by Jamie Gardner and Chase Townsend, 2 drivers that we saw in heat race number 3.
Green's out. Green flag. Green flag.
Green flag is out here in the B main. lap 1. Colton Brewer, they're all over him. He'll go for the slide down move in 1 and 2, and he does. He takes the lead there off of 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, Rooney looks back at him. Does make the move, slides right across his nose. He will lead both opening circuits. Tries to pinch Brewer off, but Brewer already had his nose there, and he takes the lead back. Rooney's still right there behind him. He's not able to make anything do it. All these drivers got to be smart, though. Only one driver is out, and that is currently Jeff Ivan. Right back at him, takes the lead back. Running the whole heck of steam as he nearly gets into the 77 going to 3. Not able to slide up. Brewer still has command here of the field. Four laps left in this one. Brewer and Rooney is your top 2. Ryan Goodall runs in the 3rd spot. And there with this slight battle with Andrew Ray as Andrew Ray loses some momentum there off of the 2nd corner. Dylan Brandon runs 5th. Zachary Good in the 6th spot in the 118 machine. This looks like it might be your best battle on the speedway. So now Zachary Good going for a slide job attempt here in 3 and 4, and he will take that 5th spot away here at the line over Dylan. Jeff Ivan now looking to join the party there in car 22. This is the battle for your transfer spot here right between the 07 and the 15. Colton Brewer is up front. He will take the win here in the B main. This is the battle for your final transfer spot. Looks like it's going to go to Cole Katz, and it does. 07 advances. So Mason Martin, the lone man that does not qualify for tonight's main event. So here's your full rundown for the B main. Colton Brewer, Rooney, Ray, Goodall, Good, Brandon, Ivan, and Katz. Those are your drivers that transfer, and then Martin will have to try again next week. This is now our warm-up session for the evening. I believe we're going to run to the 2-minute mark, so when there's 8 minutes remaining, that is when we'll advance to tonight's 30-lap main event. Track is in pretty good shape right now. Top side is definitely where you want to be, as there's a lot of slickness on the bottom, but seen a lot of slide jobs throughout tonight's preliminary action, and I expect a lot more of it in the 30-lappers. We see a big crash happen on the back straightaway. Once again, we'll be in action with slide job sitting once again at 7:30 p.m. Eastern next week for round 2 at the Lernerville Speedway. Make sure to join their Discord or visit them on Facebook if you want to join next week. The league is pretty much open to anybody that wants to race some clean action. A couple sponsors we did not get to mention to this point yet. Hinkle Plasma Cutting is the sponsor of Heat 5. Obviously, we did not have a Heat 5 tonight. And we did not mention SciBite Sim is also the Rookie of the Year sponsor. You must be under 3,500 I rating to be eligible for that award. So we are now advancing into our 30-lap main event here at the Volusia Speedway Park. here is the way your starting grid will go here for round 1 of 9 for the 2026 Slide Job Syndicate 360 Sprint Car Series, presented by Leadfoot Racing Entertainment. Aiden Stoll in 072 will go from the pole, starting at his outside with a 9 of Isaac Bowman. 42 of Tayton Sander will go from 3rd. 4th, Canada's own Ethan Milwain. John Klimowitz III in the 69 will go 5th. 6th, Ethan Foley. 7th will be the 72, the defending champion of Chase Townsend. 8th, 26 of Greg Deese. 9th, 29 of Kevin Goodall. Driver of the Year, Joseph Groom. Jamie Gardner, runner-up in Season 1 for Slide Job Syndicate, will go from 11th. 12th, the 30 of Josh Slater. 13th will be the 10 of Michael Tennyson. 14th, 83 of Greg Robinson. 15th will be the 34 of John Klimowitz Jr. 16th, the 02 of Parker Anus. 17th will be the 77 of Colton Brewer, your B-Main winner this evening. The 27 of Jimbo Rooney will go 18th. 19th, the 2 of Andrew Ray. 20th, the 55 of Ryan Goodall. 118 of Zachary Good goes 21st. 22nd will be the 4 of Dylan Brannon. 23rd, the 22 of Jeff Ivan, and the 07 of Cole Katz will go from the 24th position. Coming to the green flag here for tonight's A main. Aiden Stoll will look to pick up his first career win with Slide Job Syndicate, but so is Isaac Bowman. We are about to find out who is going to win here at Volusia as the green flag is out. Tayton Sander gets into Aiden Stoll here early. Isaac Bowman's also involved. 3-car battle there. I believe Josh Slater also caught an end to that. He might not have too much damage though. Interested to see where iRacing places everyone since it was the initial start. So the way he's driving, Aiden Stoll might still be in the race lead here, but he also might be going back to the pits. Sometimes iRacing will do that. In a lot of leagues, including mine, we just do whatever iRacing says. Just makes it a lot easier for him, but he will now take it down pit road and see if he can get any repairs from his crew. Looks like Ethan Milwain is going to be your race leader after all that. So definitely a hectic start here. So we'll try to go back and see if we can get a look at what actually transpired there at the beginning. Tayton Sander slides in there, just comes up in the 27. Sure, 27 definitely wasn't expecting that. And Isaac Bowman does wrong place, wrong time. Just very early to make a move like that, but at the same time, he's racing hard there early in the race. Those type of things just tend to happen. Nonetheless, looks like we're still under yellow as iRacing pace truck lights are still out. So not even a lap in. This is probably the worst thing that you want as a league admin, at least in my experience. I always just want at least one lap to be completed before anything happens. I just like to get everyone by, because if not, always ends up with some issues. But hopefully we have a clean race the rest of the way out. Also, I do apologize for some of the buffering issues that we've experienced tonight. Ever since I got my new computer, I've been having some issues with streaming for some reason, even though the computer is better. Got to mess with some of my settings and see what can work. But I am also just recording my screen right now, so that way I can post the full just feature replay after the race is over. That way you can experience it a little bit better. But I appreciate it, and we're back to racing here. Ethan Milwain leads the way over 𝐒𝐲𝐢𝐝𝐞. So Milwain leads the lap here. Officially 2 laps in. 28 laps left, so still a long way to go here at Volusia. Everyone's kind of migrating to the top side right now. It's now 𝐒𝐲𝐢𝐝𝐿, Townsend now going to say, hold my beer, we're going to the inside. So try to take the spot there, but we get a yellow flag. It's like Greg Deese is the car involved in this one. It's like maybe Taton Sander once again. I think that was Taton Sander at least. Oh no, that was Joseph Groom. Joseph Groom just trying to shoot the gap there. And at the same time, Greg Deese was sort of coming down the racetrack. Two kind of got met in the middle. It's one of those tough calls, like EOL wise, but kind of has 2 cars meeting in the middle. But either way, it sucks for either car to be involved in something like that early on in the feature. See what the league admins do. Either way, Greg Deese got to go down pit road to get some repairs. Gets that fast repair, and he'll be back out on the speedway. So we still have over 25 laps left in this main event. Ethan Milwain in the 37, looking good out front. His best career finish with Reigel Promotions Esports, at least, was a 3rd place run in the Sovereign Showdown last September. I believe in that race he charged from 20th on back to finish on the podium. Lights look like they're out on the pace truck, so we should be coming back to it this time. As the field will get double file.
Hang on, we're not going green.
Oh, never mind. We are not going green. Start has been called back by the officials. Hopefully this time we go back racing. Ethan Milwain steps on it, and away we go. Back to racing action here at Volusia. Ethan Milwain out front here. Chase Townsend, he has found something on the inside as he is all over the race leader now off of 3 and 4. He now came from out of the picture, now being in the race lead momentarily. Comes back at him. Through 3 and 4 once again on the inside. He should have the lead this time, and he does. Chase Townsend, your defending champion, now up front in 72. It's Milwain now in second. Ethan Foley had a peek to the inside, but was not able to make anything of it. We'll see if he can reel back in 37 for the runner-up spot. He does a slide job move here for the 14 on the 37 in 1 and 2. Milwain back to his inside. He'll go for his own slider here in 3. Oh, no, he thinks better of it. He's going to hold the inside line as he saw the 72 fly on by him on the inside a few laps ago. As we get our 3rd caution of the night. Looks like maybe Greg Deese was also involved in this one with Jeff Ivan. See if we can get a better angle on this one here. But it appears as if the 22 had just came off the cushion there as they came off the corner. Yeah, 22 just veers down the racetrack. I don't know if he got loose or what happened there. He just lost control. But 26 kind of just an innocent bystander. It's along for the ride after that. Definitely been a long night for if you're a fan of the 26 of Greg Deese. So we got a whole slew of cars coming off pit lane. So we are about to get 10 laps complete in this one. But a familiar face for Slide Job Syndicate to see up front, and that is the 72 machine. I definitely wouldn't count Ethan Milway out of this one yet. He obviously has a lot of speed tonight. He showed that in the heat race. And now he does know the bottom is there. I feel like everyone else is just kind of caught napping there, did not know the bottom was going to come in the way it did. As we have not seen the bottom really be a factor all night long. Lights are still on the iRacing pace truck, so we'll still have to wait till we get back to green flag racing. Also, had not mentioned what the points format is for the feature. There was no heat race points on the line this evening. Obviously, the top 10 in qualifying did score points, but in the feature, it is 100 for first, then 97, then it's 95, 93, 91, and then 90 for sixth, and then it goes down by 1 point all the way through 72 for 24th. As lights are out, so away we go back to green flag racing.
Green's out. Green flag.
Foley there did try his hand up front for the race lead, just not able to get anything of it there right there at the start. Townsend staying committed to that inside line, especially in 3 and 4. He goes back to the top in 1 and 2. Foley had a whole head of steam off of 4, not able to do it. And we had another yellow on the evening here. See who was involved in this one. It's like Cole Katz, maybe Aiden Stoll involved in this one. Oh, looks like it already had happened at that point. So Aiden Stoll and Jamie Gardner perhaps got together. Aiden Stoll on the inside. Gardner just didn't have as much momentum as the 85 did, and 27 ended up getting into him. Obviously, a couple other cars involved there as well. All those drivers now head down pit lane once again. But that does keep Chase Townsend safe up front. He is still going to be your race leader in 72. Definitely struggling to get going here, but I find a lot of the times if you have trouble early, most of the time it cleans out the drivers that might be causing issues per se, and then you can have some clean racing to finish it out. Still not on that danger zone yet though. I believe there's only been either 4 or 5 cautions, which I always think if you can have 5 or less cautions, you're having a good night. believe we should get the 1 to go signal here when we get to the line. And we will. Lights are out on the iRacing pace truck.
Hang on, we're not going green.
Oh, nope, we're calling the start back. One more pace lap for the iRacing pace truck. It's getting its money's worth tonight. We will be back in action live on Reigel Promotions Esports with the 360 Sprint Car Series for Reigel Promotions Esports right here at Volusia on Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Reminder, this year you need a series membership for the league. You have $60 for the whole year to get into any race that we do, no matter what car it is. We could race, I don't know, I'm trying to think of the most random car. I guess maybe like a late model stock or legend car, and you'd be able to still race. Or it's $10 per series, but Chase Townsend leads the field back to the green here in the slide job sitting in the 360 Sprint Car Series. Townsend got a much better start and protected that slide job line as Milwain had a shot at Foley there in the 14. Now he is all over Townsend, nearly gets into the back of him. Has to slow up to see there's a couple cars around there in 3 and 4, I believe. And we're going to yell, I believe that was Colton Brewer. That was one of the cars that spun around. I saw that one out of the corner of the screen as it happened. Slides off the corner, yeah, just one of those unfortunate scenarios. When he caught the walls, you didn't really know who was behind you, and 29 was already coming through. Not much the 29 can do at that point when the 77 came down the racetrack. It's this unfortunate scenario for both drivers. Nonetheless, that starts it. 29 just kind of climbs the car, for example, there. And Sander and Klimowitz also get involved in the front stretch. Then you get Slater, Ray, and Rooney getting the tail end of it as well. And still more carnage here on the front stretch after it all was said and done. Obviously, a lot of cars involved in that one. Also, I usually always get this question. This is open setup league, so drivers can use any setup that they have to their advantage, unlike some other leagues that may be fixed setup. Obviously, most leagues in 360s are open setup, to my knowledge, that I have seen in the past, unlike 305 leagues, for example. And if we need it, we have, I believe, up to 3 green-white checkered attempts for this event tonight. I have never in my history needed 3 green-white checkered attempts, but that has always been the rule from what I have done. My personal opinion is if you need more than 3 attempts, then you're not getting there. As the lights are out on the iRacing pace truck. We should be getting back to it here. Townsend fires off. Foley did get a great start there at 14. Did not go for the slide job attempt. He'll try to keep the momentum up there on the top side. Foley slides up in front of him there in 1 and 2. Townsend going to come back underneath him here in 3 and 4. Foley, that top side getting really far around. Townsend able to catch right back up to him. That momentum though, that the 14's able to get off the corner. Pretty insane stuff out of the Foley. He's going to go for a slide job here. Just barely able to get across his nose. I believe the 72 actually checked up for him, so they didn't get into each other. Townsend with the slide job there in the 72. We get a caution flag that will disrupt this amazing battle for the race lead that we had going. I believe Ethan Foley did lead that last lap, so I think he is going to be the race leader. So we do have a new leader out front. I will say Ethan Foley, I believe, is one of the few drivers that, probably one of the only drivers out of this field that is never partaking in a Reigel Promotions esports event. So they are a new face, to me at least. They are there in the 14, and they've shown they have plenty of speed there in the Foley machine. But it's Foley, Townsend, Milwane. You're still your top three. They've changed places quite a few times, but they've all stayed the same. The 02 of Parker Anus, he is up to 4th. I believe he was in the B main earlier this evening, or at least started in the low teens. So big mover there for the 02. Joseph Grooms there, and Dylan Brandon. Michael Tennyson runs in the 6th spot. 7th, Cole Katz, driver that transferred, was dead last on the starting grid. Started 24th in this one. He is now running in 7th. I mean, at this point, the kind of the, I would say almost war of attrition has definitely helped those drivers move to the field, but nonetheless, just be able to navigate the traffic is a challenge in itself. Foley, though, leads us back to the green. Will he be able to hold on as we have now passed the halfway point? Checking out here, about half a second lead over Townsend now. Milwane had a challenge there from Groom momentarily, as the 11 now looks to go into the 3rd spot. He dimes it off the corner. There's too much slickness there to be able to make that work at this moment. But Milwane at the moment will stay to it. Foley now about a second gap to the 72 up front. Dylan Brandon runs in the 4th spot. Stoll's gonna take that 5th spot away here momentarily. He does. After being involved in that lap 1 incident, he has now worked his way back up to the front. It's one of as he gets into the 11 there, he tried to shoot the gap. I think the 11 might have just disconnected after that hit. Sometimes iRacing does love to do that, especially at this racetrack. Ethan Foley up front in the 14, Champ Townsend 2nd. 3rd, Ethan Milwane. Stoll continues his charge in the 27. Into the 4th spot now. It's one of those things, if you're one of those box score enjoyers, you might see that he started first. And he finished in the top here. But it's one of those things you might not know. I think Ethan Milwane, not sure what happened there. He might have, maybe he had some damage to his front end. Did not look like anyone made any contact. Nonetheless, he jumped the cushion. Stoll continues on the prowl now. He is now all over the 72 of Townsend. He looks into the 2nd spot. Time is running out though for both of these drivers, as up over 2 seconds up the road is Ethan Foley in the 14. Townsend now goes back to the inside. He'll slide up the 272 cars, at least on the scoring chart. Going head-to-head as Stoll jumps the cushion there. Lucky for him, the caution came out, but I believe he also lost his front wing and has some damage. So tough break there for this 27. So we'll try to take a look at what actually the caution is for. You see that cushion there in 3 and 4. It's got Milwane, and now it also got Stoll. Both those drivers just having a heck of a time. That's the way it gets sometimes. Oh, that's what happened. The lap car spun out trying to tow, just missed the pit road entrance, and that's what drew that caution. As the field was coming, iRacing will throw that caution. I mean, I would like to say 10 out of 10 times, but there has been instances where that does not happen. I remember one time in one of my races, there was a car literally heading backwards down the backstretch at one of the tracks, and iRacing decide, oh, we don't need a yellow for that. But then they'll throw a yellow for someone half spinning in front of the field. But Ethan Foley looks like he has this race in hand. I mean, still obviously got a chance here. Townsend line up behind him, but Chase just has not seemed to have anything for him ever since they took the lead. Obviously, that could be told by the over 2-second gap that the 14 had built before that caution came out. Definitely not what Foley wanted to see, but with the speed he has, that might not be a problem. As you can see, Aiden Stoll did go down pit road. He is now at the tail of the field, back in 19th position. Field will come back to it here. 4 laps remaining when they get to the line.
Green flag, green flag.
Foley with race lead there in the 14. He's able to clear all challenges, and he will come to the 3 lap to goes right here at the line. Townsend now have to hold off Milwane. He's having the battle for the 2nd spot. Looks like those drivers, barring a mistake, as we get a caution flag. Jamie Gardner. Looks like they're the car that was involved in this one. Looks like the 7 came at the racetrack. 85 was already there. Kind of made some contact, and then the 29 kind of finished him off. Ruth DeWalt was not able to get off the track in time, and that's what drew the caution. Light Trout and iRacing pace truck, green, white, checkered for Ethan Foley when they get back to it. Ethan Foley steps on it here momentarily, and green flag is back out.
Green, green, green.
Green, white, checkered. He gets the start he needed right there. Looks clear sailing, barring a mistake for Ethan Foley. come to see the white flag this time. They will get to the line. Race will finish no matter what happens at this point. Ethan Foley heads down the back straightaway to see Jamie Gardner here on the inside. Ethan Foley will take the win here in round one at Volusia Speedway Park. Chase Townsend finishes second, and Ethan Milwayne finishes third in the 37. We'll get a word with those three in a few moments. Congratulations to Ethan Foley on his first career win with Slide Job Syndicate. See the top three here. We'll stop on the front stretch. But your final results here at Volusia Speedway Park in the Gator Sprint Classic. Ethan Foley with the win. Chase Townsend finishes second. Milwayne third. Fourth, Brandon. Fifth, Rooney. Sixth, Katz. So great driver. 24th to 6th, I believe, for Cole Katz. Kevin Goodall finishes 7th. 8th, Zachary Good. 9th, Tayton Sander. 10th, Michael Tennyson in the 10 car. 11th to 22, Jeff Ivan. 12th, the 02 of Parker Anus. 13th is the 072 of Aiden Stoll. 14th, John Klimowitz III. 15th, Greg Deese. 16th, Greg Robinson. 17th, Andrew Ray. 18th, John Klimowitz Jr. 19th, Jamie Gardner. 20th, Josh Slater. 21st, Joseph Groom. 22nd, Ryan Goodall. 23rd, Colton Brewer. And 24th, Isaac Bowman. All right, now we'll get a word with your race winner tonight, Ethan Foley. Hey, Ethan, how you doing? Ethan, you got a copy?
I got to give him permission to speak there, Andrew. Sorry to interrupt your broadcast, but I wasn't set up properly. Let me turn permissions here. I guess.
Let me see if I can find it. Oh, okay. I think if you give them permission to yeah. If they have the permission to talk, I think. Yeah. Uh, it's all good. I know how those things work. It's kind of weird. Hey, Ethan, you got a copy? Ethan, you got a copy? Hey, you got a copy?
How's it going, Andrew?
Hey, good. All right, we finally got someone, everyone. It is Ethan Milwane, your third place runner tonight. I guess we'll start with how treacherous was that cushion?
I felt better in 1, 2 than I did in 3 and 4. I just couldn't really hit it right. And if you hit it right, it was really, really quick. But as soon as you slip over, you bite it a bit, you're slipping off the back or you're into the wall.
Yeah, we saw a couple drivers ride. I know how bumpy Volusia can get at certain times, and definitely was tonight. Uh, you were close battle in there in the beginning. Obviously, you had a lot of speed in the heat race. Did you think you had anything for the top two?
Honestly, definitely not anything for Ethan, but if I could put some good laps together, I definitely could be there with Chase, but just something I need to get better at. It's consistency, just hitting good laps over and over.
Yeah, I mean, definitely can't be upset with the third place run tonight. Uh, how much are you looking forward to Lernerville next week?
Lernerville should be good. I'm also excited for your series coming up as well. There's all the leagues are finally starting up, so we got lots of racing ahead of us. So it's definitely a good way to start the season.
I mean, at least it definitely should give you some very much confidence going into Wednesday night. Obviously, a few more drivers there, but still a lot of the same characters race this league as we will see on Wednesday.
Oh, for sure. There's always lots of competition.
Well, I appreciate you racing with us tonight, and we'll see you again soon.
Thanks, Andrew.
All right, that was your third place finisher tonight, Ethan Milwane. We'll see if we can get anybody else. Hey, Chase, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
You were the first one to really find the bottom there. You kind of schooled everyone there in the opening laps. Did your car go away, or just not have enough speed to keep up with Ethan there at the end?
Yeah, at the start of the feature, running the bottom, I found it early. The car just seemed to go around the corner real nice and smooth, so that was a good find. But as soon as that kind of went away, once the exit to 4 started getting loose, I kind of backed off that, and it got sketchy entering 1. But when it went to the top and the curb built up, I haven't ran that many laps at Volusia, but I ran a few practice, coming up to this race, and it never got like that. So Ethan P was just ripping the curb faster than I could ever. So it was a good race. Definitely fun trying to balance on the curb, but Ethan P was gone.
Is there anyone you want to thank before I let you go?
Yeah, Matt Hinkle, puts this whole thing on. He kind of schedules everything. He lets me know. He made a small team for us, and I run it. So he puts me in basically all of the opportunities I get, and lets us race this every Sunday. So definitely him and all the sponsors on Sled Job Syndicate.
I appreciate that, and we'll see you again soon.
Yep.
All right, Andrew, I got Ethan here for us. He's muted. You can unmute him and good to go with him.
All right. Your race winner tonight, Ethan Foley.
Hello.
Hello. Obviously, newcomer to the series. You sure put a butt whooping on them tonight.
Yeah, definitely had to try something new, I guess. First time in this, first time doing a league with the Americans, and it worked out well.
Yeah, you could definitely say that. Congratulations on the win, and what did you think you found there just to be able to pull away by so much? You had almost over a 2-second gap at one point.
I just realized that 1 and 2 top on the marbles was definitely the way to go. I went up there I'd say lap 5, and it grabbed me a little bit and it threw me around a tiny bit, so I knew towards the end I'd be a little bit better there, and 3 and 4 it kind of did the same. It got a little bit sketchy there, but it worked out for me.
Yeah, you can say for sure. It definitely was a lot of bumps up top. But like I said, I appreciate you running with us, and is there anyone you want to thank before I let you go?
I'd just like to thank EPI, Anthony Villagram, TMNC, and all the boys on the Discord, and all of you for just putting this on the stream.
I appreciate it, and hope to see you again next week.
Yeah, definitely will do. Thank you.
All right, that is just going to about do it for us here on Regal Promotions Esports. This has been round 1 of the Slide Job Syndicate 360 Sprint Car Series presented by Leadfoot Racing Entertainment. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you again tomorrow night.